Now, how do you get hope? Well, look at what it says in the text. This hope, verse 5, this hope is what you heard of before in the word of truth, the gospel. You could literally translate it, the word that is truth, the gospel. The gospel is that truth standard by which all other truth claims are measured. And so the reason that the gospel must remain first, it's the first thing that can't become second, is because the gospel is what grounds your hope. It's what reminds you that you have a heavenly home. It's what reminds you that you're a citizen of a different kingdom. It reminds you that you've been forgiven, set free, liberated, and Christ will come one day and restore all. That hope is you're going to get that hope from the gospel, and that's what's going to empower your faith and motivate your love. That's why it's got to stay first. You've got to keep the first things first. Keep your hope in the gospel. And the reason Paul's saying that, the reason he's saying this in verse 5, he'll say it again in 6 and 7, is because there was a group in the church who was rising up, and they were saying, yeah, the gospel's good, but it's not quite enough. Yeah, faith alone, that's, I guess, but not really faith alone. It's faith plus works. Yeah, the gospel of grace, you need grace to be saved, but if you want to stay saved, then don't touch this, don't eat that, don't drink this. They were adding, there was a syncretism where they were taking the true biblical gospel and they were bleeding it with some Jewish traditionalism, Greek philosophy, other kinds of things. And Paul's saying, if you do that, it's no longer the gospel. If it's no longer the gospel, it no longer gives you hope. If you have no hope, you have no faith, you have no love. You want life change, you want to keep your New Year's commitments, you want a life that's transformed, and you want to see what's happening among you happen all around the world, then don't touch the gospel. Don't blend it, don't bleed it down, don't water it up, don't blend it up, don't water it down. Got my ups and downs confused. Protect the integrity of the message that you heard from Epaphras.